This is an overview of Camera and Photos app with Jerry Feliz. Good day, everyone. This is Jerry from Assistive Touch, and today we're going to go over the Camera app and the Photos app. Let's get started. I have VoiceOver enabled. So you can either do a two-finger double tap, you can either put your focus on the take picture button and double tap it, or you can simply press the volume up button or volume down button. So you can simply press the volume up or down button. The way I have my phone positioned, my home button is to my right, my volume control buttons are to my left, and I'm holding it in landscape mode. A lot of people often say that this is the best way to take a picture. Okay? So simply use the volume control. You took a picture. What happens is, to the left of the take a picture button, you'll have a thumbnail of the picture. This gives you access to the photo app or a preview of the photo app. And we'll get into that a little bit later. I'm going to take another picture here and listen to the instructions that it's giving me. So it says tilt right. So let me tilt it right. Okay. Now I'm going to tap the center of the screen. So it's near top edge. Now it says center. And now right there, according to VoiceOver, it's centered. All right, you want to hold it as steady as possible, and I'm obviously holding it in 2 hands. Now I'm taking a picture in portrait mode. As I stated earlier, you can take a picture by pressing the volume control. I'm going to lift it up a little bit, and then it says it's centered. Okay, and then you can either do a two-finger double tap, and that will take the picture.
Tilt right, one face centered. Tilt right, one face near right edge.
Okay.
Face level, one face centered.
So this tells you if you have, a face there. I changed the picture really quickly, and so it just said 3 faces near top edge. And if I turn it to landscape mode,
tilt right, 3 faces near top edge.
And it's pretty accurate on the number of faces. It says 3 faces. What I've actually been impressed with is some of the other recognition that it has. So I'm going to point it towards my computer.
One face viewfinder. Tilt left. 0 people. A photo containing left. One face outside right edge. Level. 0 people. Tilt left. A photo containing a laptop and people.
Okay, so that would be accurate. It'd be a photo containing a laptop. And so it does some other recognition as well. So if I'm gonna find other photos here.
A photo containing a laptop.
And now I'm looking at a different photo.
Viewfinder. Focus unlocked. Image. Tap to focus. A television screen displaying an image of a group of people.
That one was not accurate, but
a television screen. 0 people.
Tap the center again.
Viewfinder. Focus unlocked. Image. Tap to focus. A computer screen displaying an image of a palm tree on a wood surface.
And that's very accurate. It is a tree. I think it might be even a palm tree. So that's pretty accurate. So the recognition on this is pretty interesting, and this is in live view. I'm on a iPhone 10, and I did notice that the iPhone 8 was not quite as good as this one. I know the 10 has a more powerful camera, but it does have some recognition capacity. Okay, so if I took a picture of that, like I said, I can do it with the volume control buttons. Goes to the thumbnail at the bottom. I can double tap the thumbnail Then it will give me a full screen view of the picture. Then you have access to other buttons. Top left-hand corner, you have your back button, which will take you to camera. Top right-hand corner, it'll take you and open up the Photos app where your photos get sent to. The photos that you take go directly to the Library app, which is the first tab on your Photos app. So again, this is a preview window of the Photo app. And as you swipe, shows you that this was a live photo. Tells you the time. And as I'm on the photo, it gives me the description as well. As I'm on the photo, I can swipe up.
Show details.
It says show details, swipe up again.
Toolbar. Show details. Show facial features.
So there's something that's called show facial details. If you had a face on it, it will actually tell you face 1, face 2, face 3, and even give you some description based on how you can drag your finger across the screen. I'll show that later in Photos.
Activate default.
And activate just makes it a complete full screen. And then I can double tap it again. Takes you out. It's almost a full screen view, but not quite. And then on the bottom, you have on the bottom you have Photo Chooser. And just to make a really, I think a significant point. So right now we're using VoiceOver to do this. But what I love about VoiceOver for people with low vision is that it's telling you the names of these functions. Because these functions, because of VoiceOver, these tabs or these elements, like the little, there would be elements at this point, the little thumbnails, almost microscopic thumbnails that we're focused on. It has a name. It's called Photo Chooser. And if you swipe up or swipe down, it'll change the photo. Swipe down again, or it'll navigate to a different photo. So I'm going to go back here to the photo that we were on. And you can also do it. You can also. Let me get out of here. You can also do a 3-finger swipe up. Well, I mean, a 3-finger swipe up, and then it gives you other options as well. Here, you can. Here you can actually add a caption. So if you were not using VoiceOver, all you'd have to do is tap on the picture and then swipe up. I think I'm going to show that. But here's a caption. So if you want to label it with a caption, which, by the way, this feature is actually searchable. And we'll go into that later. And that's something you can do in the Photos app. But we can add the caption here. So let's do that. I double tap on that. Now I'm going to do a 2-finger double tap. No, I can't do that because I'm recording. But if I wasn't recording, I could do a 2-finger double tap. And then I could dictate the information and then do a 2-finger double tap. And then I could turn it off. Here, I'm going to press the microphone button and dictate that way. I'll double tap on that. And I can't double tap because those resources aren't available to me, which I thought that was going to be the case. So I'll have to manually do it, but you could dictate that information in. So let's say palm tree. Let's call this palm tree. P-A-L-M space T-R-E. Then hit return on the virtual keyboard, and then on the top right-hand corner, hit done, and then we're done. Okay, now that is, it's labeled. So it's now searchable. Another way that you can access it, so for example, if I go back to the thumbnail, because I did hit the back button, now if I tap on the photo and I swipe up, so I swiped up, double tap on that, that gives me more detail, okay? Now if I go back, double tap on that again, swipe up,
show details, show facial features, activate, show details, activate, default, show facial features, show details.
If I do that,
add a caption, palm tree, text.
Okay, so it read the palm tree, so that I was trying to get it to do that. Okay, you can also edit that, and there are other buttons here. It seems like because this was a live image, there's multiple little thumbnails of it.
Selected,
live, loop, bounce. So there's
page 2 of 2, bounce.
a couple of different options you have. It kind of functions like a GIF.
Television on the wooden stand in a room.
So let's see.
Long exposure, button, bounce.
Let's do bounce.
Selected, bounce.
And see how that works when we double tap on the picture. So if I try to switch the picture and I did a 3-finger swipe, I did a 3-finger swipe right and it moved me to the next picture. When I was in full screen, I'm going to do a 3-finger swipe left.
Photo 123 of 123.
I don't think it did much with the live functionality for this one, but it kind of works like a GIF. When you take a live picture, it works like a GIF. A GIF basically means that it records for maybe 3 seconds, and that actually, so it can be going back and forth with it. So it almost functions like a little mini, very mini video. So just kind of keep that in mind versus a still picture. There's no real video, so it's not recording anything that happened previous to that. So let's say you took off your glasses in the middle of taking a photo. It may capture that happening prior to you taking the photo, for example. All right, now let's go back. So we're out of full screen. We're out of full screen view. We're in photo chooser. Then if we swipe right, we have the share function. You can do a ton of stuff there. Okay, you can share this with Seeing AI. So if you want to explore it for more information, you can. Even though the recognition here is pretty good, but Seeing AI will give you a different perspective. You want to mark it as a favorite, you can. You can edit it, and then you can delete, okay? And then on the top left, again, you have your back button. In the center, it says today, and then on the top right, it says all photos. And again, if you double tap on that, it would open up the Photos app. Okay, so when I hit back to get to camera, when I get to camera, I'm on camera mode, okay? And I want to go through all of the controls here very quickly. Top left-hand corner. So we have flash, that's automatic. So you're at nighttime taking a picture, you can double tap that or just tap it, and it can help you access the flash.
Camera controls collapse.
Camera controls are collapsed. If I wanted more options there on the bottom portion, I double tap that, and it gives me more options like switch. Another function for flash, live photos on or off. I can customize my aspect ratio. So I double tap that. It makes it square. I double tap that. I can make it 16 by 9, I think. If I want timer, I can double tap that. And if I want filters, I can access it this way. Okay, so now I can go to the top. Camera level, what is it?
Selected. Camera controls.
Camera control. It's expanded. I want to hide it, so then double tap that, and it hid the controls. Okay, so now it's collapsed. top right hand corner is the live photos button. I could toggle that on or off. Now towards the center, you have the zoom function. If you wanted to customize that, you can swipe up. If you weren't using VoiceOver, you can pinch in or out, okay? Or you can even tap on that number that says 1x, and you can customize that pretty high. Let's see how high it goes. This goes pretty far. Okay, so this goes up to 9.9 times zoom. Okay, so you can get pretty detailed information. I'm focusing on my keyboard now. Okay, so now you can tap on where it says zoom. It'll take you back to the default, which is 1. Now, if you want to access a different camera mode, you can tap on that, and this is right above the take a picture button. And all you need to do is swipe up or down. I think out of the two options, I think actually uncollapsing or expanding the top button, those buttons seem to be more user-friendly for VoiceOver users. Either way, you can access this, and you can swipe up, you can go to portrait, okay? Okay, and then last two buttons. Bottom left is your thumbnail. That's photo and video viewer. And then bottom right is your camera chooser. And your camera chooser lets you get to selfie mode, which you can double tap. And then it'll point the photo right towards you. In this case, it's me. And then I can double tap. And then you can tell it says one face centered. So it's good for taking selfies if you ever needed to do that. All right. So this is just an overview of the camera app. In terms of best practices, we kind of covered that, but this has been an overview of the camera app. Take care. For more information, contact Jerry Feliz, Access Technology Director, phone number 857-443-6636, email felizassistivetech@gmail.com.